So notice he says that the natural law of defense has some merit, but its limitations and other problems rule it out as a comprehensive explanation of natural evil.
Yeah.
Does the structure of the laws governing the natural world provide a necessary or sufficient explanation for the pain and suffering that often results from them? Right? Are they, they cause pain and suffering? Are they good enough for that, right? Some natural law of theodicy says can't envision a world in which natural laws exist without risking ill effects along with the good. Really?
Yeah.
Really? Well, what will we have to say about that? There isn't a world that you don't have natural laws and all of these things, problems, and happens. Really?
Yeah.
So how would you answer that?
God, sorry, God, you can't do what you want.
Or
the Bible describes two other worlds with perfectly stable environments in which no pain or suffering results from laws that govern those worlds. The pre-lapsarian, the pre-fall state of Eden, and the new heaven and the new earth.
So there are worlds where these things,
Not one,
and
two. You wanted one. Guess what? We're doubling it up. We're making it two. We just need to kill the king of the world in order to do that, and then believe in him. Okay. High price, but you know what? For $19.95, two installments, it's yours. You get pre-fall state and a new heaven, new earth, and these things go away. But how? We need that stable environment. Yeah. We need free choice within that. We need to be able to do evil within the new heavens and new earth. How the laws in those two worlds differ from the present world may be hard, if not impossible, to discern. But that does not rule out their existence. It is simply enough to know that before the fall, Adam enjoyed a painless world with no interruption of the laws that governed it. The same is true for the future world. If not, what are we hoping for? What are we looking forward to? What is God changing? What is he ruling over? What is sin? I mean, all these things are the formation of why God must send Jesus, why he must be God, why he must be man, why the Old Testament has to be what it was, the call of the Israelite nation to have the garden and recreate it, to go out into the world and spread the good news. What's the point of it if it's just going to continue on?
Yeah.
What are we facing here? Thus, the present structure of the laws of nature that produce both good and ill effects is by no means a necessary state of affairs. It's just not within the nature of nature to have badness to it in order for it to be stable. Right. God could have easily structured those laws with pain-free Edenistic bliss. And he did it, and he will do it again.
Yeah.
Or God wasn't able to do it, and he lied to us about what Eden is, or we just completely don't understand what the new heavens and new earth is going to be like. But it seems to be cemented in Scripture of you either believing God is going to recreate it in that pain-free environment, or he's not, and he's just we're just going
to continue the way we are, right?
Well, pain doesn't really mean pain here or something.
So Christensen tells us that some Arminians think that that natural evil is a problem for the Calvinist doctrine of divine providence, right? God is, providentially taking care of the whole world, and then there's natural evil. Wow, that's a problem. So God has caused the evil, right? But he says nothing about the Arminian view of divine providence says that God is unable to intervene in natural disasters or disease in order to prevent, stop, or minimize suffering. So, the Arminians say that we have free will. All right, then why? That doesn't mean that, the nature has free will, right? So God could stop those types of sufferings from happening, right? After all, hurricanes and cancer cells and all that, they don't have libertarian freedom, right? So God has no freedom to violate, those things, right? That's a problem, right?
No, Pompeii had to explode. It just had to. It was the normal course of events for the world, and God couldn't do anything to intervene. Those people just had to die because God didn't want to violate the earth's free will in that capacity, or their free will to come asunder.
Right. So that's a problem for the free will.
Maybe a little problem.
Yeah. Defense.
It constrains God there. In summarizing the free will and natural law defenses, they represent theodicies promoting general goods. God sets up a structured universe in which the principles of free will and natural laws govern the world. In this scenario, God does not specifically or directly intend evil to take place. Okay, good. It is an unfortunate byproduct of these general goods. Okay, so you kind of alleviate a concern there. In this kind of universe, God does not plan any particular evil to occur or for any particular pain to result. Is that good? It's not planned. It's outside of God. It just happens.
Yeah.
Or
because we have free will, and the world, the universe, has natural laws.
Yeah.
So God doesn't specifically plan things, right? They just kind of happen.
Yeah. Rather, it is the value of such an environment and the value of the goods that could arise in such an environment which God intends. Moral and natural evils are in the world due to general policies God pursues, rather than because of particular choices he has made, which ensures their occurrence.
Yeah.
Which world do we want? Because it seems like you do have to make a decision either way, and both of them have implications. Do we have a grounding for one rather than the other, or is it just, I don't want to say wishful thinking, because I don't want to devalue Arminianism or the other side too much, but it seems like there's
I think he's already done that.
I mean, I'm just the reader of the book, but it seems like there are drastic implications for both sides, and that Christensen's going to have to explain his side as well.
Oh yeah, that's why I said a few instances ago.
It's easy to break down.
Yeah, he's got some
the natural order
to
is to chaos and destruction. Building up is the hard part.
Right. So you have these environmentally stable laws, and you have free will, and yet you have all of this evil. And so one wonders, Christensen tells us, whether there's any benefit here, general or otherwise. If this is the universe that we live in, then God is hamstrung by evil in order to arrive at any possible good. It also means that many evils occur for no good reason at all, right? They are, as Christensen has been trying to tell us here, gratuitous, right? They just happen because that's just the nature of things, we might say, right? He says it's easy to see how many scoff at the power and goodness of such a God. How are these and other divine attributes faithfully held, he asks, right? Let alone magnified. They render God as significantly, notice, less robust than the picture that Scripture paints, right? So if indeed this is all that we have, that is not what Scripture is saying with regard to the kind of God that exists, right?
God seems to be the mother chasing the toddler who's, the house isn't baby-proofed, and so it's climbing up, and no, I'm putting the child here. Oh, no, he's running towards the stairs. I've got to grab him and put him in the crib. Oh, he's got something in his mouth. Got to take it out. So it seems like God is reacting to the libertarian free creature who seems to have a more free, stronger will, a character that constrains God rather than the creature, or the creature being restrained by who God is. Mm-hmm. So it seems to be a difficult position. Yes, we achieve all these things that we kind of like.
Free will, yeah. Who would be against that?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm for it.
And there are reasons to believe that, and we can point to certain aspects.
Orderly world, yeah, go, right? I want to know that that car coming toward me isn't going to all of a sudden.
Right. Yeah. But it seems to sacrifice things that we have taken for granted in the orthodoxy of Christianity. That's revealed and grounded in Scripture.
Right. And so Christensen tells us there must be a better way.
Yeah.
And so he's going to begin to pursue that in the next chapter.
Right.
Right.